A local organization that focuses on developing manufacturing technicians is looking for new participants to join their programs.
Tiffany Huerta spoke with one of the graduates who says that one of these programs opened the door to a better life.
We learn pneumatics, hydraulics. We learn how to troubleshoot electronics.
23-year-old Sofia Orozco graduated from the Texas FAME Accelerated Skills Training Program. Students part of the program trained to become a multi-skilled technician in the manufacturing field at this facility in Brooks.
Pretty great teachers that want you to learn and will teach you everything you want to know.
Students part of this program come to this facility for 10 weeks. They spend 30% of their time in the classroom and 70% of their time training.
Sofia says this program changed her life.
I'm having a better job. I'm having the opportunity to get more money to raise my family the right way.
She moved from Mexico to the U.S. about 5 years ago and is now an intern at the company Caterpillar.
I'm a 6-week intern, and I already got the offer. If I want to stay, I can stay.
Applications are open for this program, and for people thinking about joining, Sofia says go for it.
If you want to try to do something, do it. If you feel curious about it, go and get it, because that's something telling you that you're going to do great.
Tiffany Huerta, KSAT12 News.
Applications also open for the Texas FAME Advanced Manufacturing Technician Program. That program is out at St. Philip's Southwest Campus.
Participants can get an associate's degree in advanced manufacturing technology and get 2 years of job experience at the same time.
That's a good deal. Social media ads promising deep discounts, but will those deals actually be scams? How to spot the fake ones?
And coming up new today at 5, buying a new car is a big decision and a big chunk of money. Something that may help narrow your choices is Consumer Reports' annual list of their top picks. They tested more than 200 brand new cars, trucks, and SUVs. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz will have those recommendations, and a hint for you, most are easy on the gas. That's today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
The man who killed 10 black people at a Buffalo supermarket back in court today. This time, though, it's a federal court. And although he's already been sentenced to life in prison, he now faces the death penalty. Peyton Gendron was already sentenced yesterday in state court. It was an emotional hearing where families of the victims were able to speak to him directly for the first time. One person even lunged at him, saying he wanted him dead. Right after that encounter, the shooter transferred to federal custody. The Justice Department deciding whether to seek the death penalty. The families say they are determined to confront him again in federal court.
Investigators are beginning to uncover what caused a Black Hawk helicopter to crash, killing 2 people on board. That helicopter belonged to the Tennessee National Guard. It was conducting a training flight when it went down. Authorities say no civilians or other service members were harmed. Witnesses could only watch in horror as that chopper plummeted to the ground.
Looking up in the air, saw the helicopter go over our head, and bam, we saw it hit the ground and it exploded. I just hollered, my Lord, my God, because nobody could have survived that.
The Tennessee National Guard released a statement saying, quote, "We are deeply saddened by the loss of 2 Tennessee National Guardsmen, and our prayers are with their families during this heartbreaking tragedy," end quote.
In Ohio, the fallout from the train derailment that led to an explosion, then the release of toxic chemicals, is continuing. The head of the EPA planning to visit that site today after an emotional town hall meeting last night. ABC's Alex Roche shows us how 1,000 people showed up with some heated questions about the illnesses and deaths they are seeing.
Overnight, a town hall packed with residents demanding answers.
The reality is your town is under a microscope. The EPA administrator is coming tomorrow. Yes. What is your message for him? What do you need?
I need help. I have the village on my back, and I'll do whatever it takes.
The mayor, state, and local officials trying to reassure skeptical residents that East Palestine is safe after a fiery train derailment and release dumped tankers of toxic chemicals. Notably absent, anyone from Norfolk Southern Railroad. When I asked Governor Mike DeWine if they should have sent someone, he said,
"Yeah, absolutely. It's absurd."
Norfolk Southern releasing this statement ahead of the meeting, writing in part, after consulting with community leaders, we have become increasingly concerned about the growing physical threat to our employees. The governor also touting confidence in the safety of the city's water supply.
If I was there right now, I would drink it. Yesterday, when the health director said, I think I'd probably drink the bottled water, he knew that we didn't have the test results back. Well, today we got the test results back.
Still, many evacuees aren't convinced the town is safe enough to return.
My grandbabies, that's why I bought this property, so they could play in the creek and have a good time, but I ain't putting them in it this year. I don't know if I'll ever put them back in it.
There was a considerable amount of runoff from the incident itself into two creeks that run through the town. I want to see, what are they testing for? How are they testing it? What are they looking for? What are they finding?
Now, Norfolk Southern announcing that they have set up a $1 million fund for this community. Still, Ohio's Attorney General is considering legal action against the rail operator, and many residents are also looking to take legal action.
Outside with live game, cloudy and very windy today. And a quick warning for you, you've still got some limbs hanging from those trees after that ice storm we had a couple of weeks ago. Watch out, because this wind is knocking some of those limbs down.
It's a very good point. You may see a few more limbs scattered there around your trees, especially up there in the hill country where we suffered all the limb damage during the big ice storm. Want to take you to TransGuide real quick. We got to do a traffic update because we do have a setback here at I-10 in Callahan. Looks like it's either a stalled car or a small accident, but either way, it is blocking the entrance ramp there from I-10 onto 410. And we know that's already a congested spot as it is, so that's going to cause more issues. That spot, again, there on the city's northwest side, already starting to see some pretty significant backups. Looks like the Hero trucks are there, though, and working on getting that cleaned up. So quick heads up for you if you're traveling or planning to travel. As we go outside, we've got mostly cloudy skies at the airport. 51 degrees. It is not warming up much at all. Dew point at 25, northerly winds at 20, gusting to 28. We're still waiting on some of this cloud cover to shift out to maybe get temperatures up a little bit, but at this point we're going to struggle to get into the mid-50s. And wind gusts are still there. We're still seeing gusts up around 30 miles per hour. We'll continue to see those strong winds through at least the 10 o'clock hour before winds will die down some tonight. It'll still be breezy. I think it's going to take until tomorrow morning before winds really do calm quite a bit. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 55 at 2 o'clock. 57 at 3 p.m. Again, maybe into the upper 50s once we do get some sun today. 50 at 7 p.m. and then down into the 40s by 9 o'clock. It's going to be a cold night. Freezing temperatures possible here in San Antonio by tomorrow morning. And we'll see another cold morning coming up on Saturday, too. Speaking of, we'll look at that weekend forecast for you here in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Nissan recalling more than 400,000 older SUV vans, pickups, here in the U.S., it says the logo on their steering wheels can detach or break apart when the airbag inflates and can create projectiles. Nissan says it's aware of 4 injuries allegedly linked to the issue. The pickups involved are the 2008 through 2011 Nissan Titan and Frontier models, and SUV models Xterra, Pathfinder, and Armada. The minivans are 2008 and 2009 Quest. The issue appears to affect less than 1% of the recalled vehicles, but the company says owners should bring them in for an inspection. More details on the NHTSA website.
Now to the rise of online shopping scams, phony sites luring buyers by their advertising into big sales. And according to the FTC, the data suggests that in 2021, social media was more profitable to scammers than any other method. ABC's Laura Spencer explains how even she fell victim to scammers.
Social media ads promising deep discounts.
If you see a deal that looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Stephanie Lee of Virginia clicked on one of those ads promising 50% off her favorite socks.
The page looked identical to the Bombas page where I had ordered a number of times before.
But Lee says she never received a confirmation email, and after revisiting the page she ordered from, she realized the URL was not bombas.com.
I was upset, I was a little bit embarrassed, and I was scared because once these sites get your information, there's nothing to stop them.
The same scam happening to me over the holidays. I also ordered from a site that appeared to be Bombas, but ended up being fake. The FTC says these scam impersonation sites are becoming much more sophisticated and are on the rise.
Last year, we got complaints of losses totaling more than $650 million from business impersonation scams. And we know that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Scammers hitting many brands, including shoe and handbag maker Rothy's, which says it created a task force to stop fake websites like these and to educate customers. The painful thing about Bombas, the apparel company that Lee and I were both trying to order from, is that its brand was built on giving back.
Because when you purchase one, we donate one to those in need.
Founder and CEO Dave Heath says he is frustrated for his customers and the community he's trying to help.
My heart goes out to our customers, and frankly, like, they're not just defrauding our customer, they're selling product on the premise of our brand of donating an item for every item that is sold, and then they're not following through on that promise. So indirectly, they're stealing from the homeless community as well, which I find incredibly disheartening.
Bombas says it's received more than 9,000 complaints about imposter sites.
In some cases, they're not sending any product at all and just completely ripping the customer off. In other cases, which is actually more detrimental to our brand, is that they're receiving extremely low quality counterfeit product that visually looks like our product, but is much thinner. It's not the same high quality fabric.
And that's what happened to Lee and me. A few weeks after placing our orders, we both received counterfeit Bombas socks.
They were thinner. The elastic didn't hold them up on your leg.
That was ABC's Lara Spencer reporting. So who's to blame? ABC News says it did reach out to social media platforms who say that they take the threat of scams seriously and they do have protocols in place to try and stop fraudulent activity. The highly anticipated Little Mermaid is coming out a little bit later this year, and Disney's latest trailer has given us a look at more of the characters that are set to appear in the film, including an iconic villain. Is she named Ursula?
Oh, you recognize that cackle? Mm-hmm. Disney's newest trailer for the Little Mermaid movie, giving us a first look at Ursula the Sea Witch, played by Melissa McCarthy. The teaser also features more of Halle Berry's Ariel.
And it also shows Jonah Hauer-King as Prince Eric and more of Ariel's underwater world, including more mermaids. The live-action Little Mermaid will be a reimagined version of the animated classic, again with Ursula the Witch from 1989.
The Little Mermaid hits theaters on May 26th. Our Ursula is much sweeter than the Little Mermaid's Ursula.
I can cackle like that.
Yeah, I know. You did that a while ago. I was like, wow.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Scared you a little bit.
Wow.
Just a smidge. Just a smidge. I want to show you TransGuide one more time. We mentioned this earlier. Crash there from I-10 getting onto 410. It's causing some backups, and we were looking at a fire truck there that just showed up. So this is going to cause some more backups. If that's in your plans, travel in that area, know that it's going to be a little bit before they get that cleaned up. 71 degrees so far. That actually occurred after midnight, okay? So we've actually fallen from that number. 49 was the low. That was just a few hours ago. Right now we're sitting right around at about 50 degrees. It's going to be a cool day. We'll look at that forecast for you coming up. Welcome back. Let's look ahead, shall we? So we know that we've had kind of a cool day today, but what do we have in store down the line? Let's fast forward to February 24th through March 2nd. So the early part of March, this is what we're thinking. We're going to have warmer than average temperatures for much of Texas. So as we head into March, looks like it could be fairly warm. But what about rainfall? That's the bigger question. Well, this shows below average rainfall, at least for that time period. That's unfortunate. We would like to see maybe some better chances of rain creeping in, but I don't foresee that. We have some opportunities, but small ones coming up. So that's kind of the idea as we look long term. In the short term, let's talk about what we saw this morning in the form of very strong winds. These were the peak wind gusts here around San Antonio, 40 miles per hour. Gusted to 40 there around Bernie, 35 in Kerrville, gusted to 32 in Seguin. And these winds haven't let up all that much. They're down some from these numbers, but not much. In the wind gust forecast today, we'll continue to see those gusts through at least 10 o'clock, probably in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range, and then the gusts will come down from there. And I think by tomorrow morning, you'll see less in the way of wind. But with that in mind, we've got the gusty winds and some pretty dry air out west. Pretty high fire danger. We showed you the red flag warning earlier. This is from the Texas Forest Service, and this is where they outline their fire risk, where you see that darker orange. That's very high risk of spreading grass fires today. So it's something we want to watch. Humidity levels are at 15%, gusts to 40. So far, we haven't seen any grass fires. Let's hope it stays that way. As we go outside for you, a little bit of sun at the moment, a blanket of clouds still over top of us, though, 51. Northerly winds at 20, gusting to 28. And temperature-wise, 44 Fredericksburg, 47 in Kerrville, 48 in Rock Springs. You'll find some 50s and even 60s as you get down towards Cotulla and Carrizo Springs. And again, 51 here in town. Still some 40s even up around Helotes. Hopefully we see a little bit of a warm-up. We're starting to see some of that. Stinson over to Port SA with the clouds going away. At some point, they've been pretty persistent, though, through the morning time. And there's a look at the cloud cover. There are breaks as you get out west, and maybe a few breaks even far western Bexar County, but clouds get thicker as you go east over towards Gonzales, and that's right behind this cold front that moved through last night. And that's why we're getting the gusty north winds, tight pressure gradient with that area of low pressure to our north and northeast. Now, out ahead of this front, ton of moisture and the risk for severe weather. Storm potential today is pretty high as you get into parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. Could even see a few tornadoes, unfortunately, and there are tornado watch boxes now in place. It'll be a busy day there across the southeast. For us, it's just those breezy winds. And looking at the forecast for the rest of this afternoon, we'll keep it mostly cloudy through about 2 o'clock. 57, 3 p.m. We're still shooting for 59, although at this point, maybe a little bit tough considering these clouds, again, are just kind of holding on. 44 at 10 o'clock, 43, 11 p.m., 41 at midnight. And by tomorrow morning, we're down to 32 here in town. So if you have some of those plants sitting out on the porch, whatever, you may want to bring them in just in case. It'll be a light freeze here in town, but a little colder as you get into the hill country. Extended forecast, 56 Friday, 59 Saturday, 73. That's our warm-up Sunday, and much warmer next week, back into the 80s with a chance of rain by Tuesday night into Wednesday. We'll be right back.
I got a bone to pick with
I'm looking for, I didn't get any food today.
Not today. We had donuts yesterday and today.
I thought we were on to something.
Oh my, what?
Oh,
that's why
wow.
there's food.
Yeah, doesn't that brighten up your day right there?
Yeah.
It's like a walking disco ball, as we said. That is Mermaid. And Lena Maria De Leon is here. Who is your partner over there?
This is Mirrorman Specs, San Antonio's very own Mirrorman. We are definitely entertainment, definitely bringing the party to you.
And can come to your party.
Absolutely.
Wait till you hear all the different kinds of fun they can bring.
All right, we have got a legend in the studio today. None other than Ma Harper is here, and she's going to be cooking up some of her wonderful Creole dishes. Can't wait to try those.
And all right, are you ready for some over-the-top burgers? Well, we've got Mark's outing here showing off some of the yum-yum.
That burger, you're not going to believe the size of it. And how many people can eat that thing?
Right now, we got 350 that are already counting.
All right. And wait till you hear about the burger that went viral. We are going to show you why.
All right, a lot of great entertainment at the rodeo. One of them tonight, Randy Rogers. I had a chance to chat with him, and what a nice guy. So that raises the question, who would you like to see or hear, or both, at the rodeo?
Yeah, they're at the rodeo. Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and you might see your answer in the show.
That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live, so stick around.